Hello all, my name is Mohamed Mekajano, and I'm here to tell you about the country of Liberia. The country, the people, and also how they do their politics. Most people think Liberia about their unique history with the United States of America or with their culture with the United States of America. But today I'm here to tell you some hidden fact that you don't know about the Liberia of itself, the country. First, the flag. The Liberian flag here, at first glance, you might think it's the American flag, but look closer. Liberia's flag has just one star. It was designed that way to symbolize its founding by free slaves from the United States of America. And also, Liberia's capital, Monrovia, is named after a US president. Did you know that? Let me tell you indeed. Monrovia, the capital city, is one of only two capital cities in the world, or in the entire world, named after an American president. The other is Washington, D.C. Monrovia was named in honor of President James Monrovia. And the third fact about the country of Liberia is one of the oldest republics in Africa. Liberia declared independence in 1847, making it Africa's oldest modern republic. What makes it even more unique, unlike most African countries, Liberia was never colonized by a European power. The fourth fact about Liberia is about the Firestone plantation. Here is something surprising. The Firestone Tie Company was once operated the largest rubber plantation in the world right in Liberia. At its peaks, the country's economy was so dependent on Firestone that it shaped national policies. And the fifth fact about Liberia is the shipping power. Most people living in Sierra Leone, Liberia, Guinea, and other countries, they do their shipping in Liberia because of the shipping power. Let me explain more. Even though Liberia is a small country, it's a giant in global shipping. It has one of the largest ship registries in the world. Thousands of vessels sail under the Liberian flag because of its favorable tax laws, something called a flag of convenience. And the sixth fact is the nature's hidden. Liberia's nature is hidden. Let me tell you some of the hidden nature that is in Liberia. Beyond the economy, Liberia is home to Mount Nimba, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This mountain hosts species found nowhere else on Earth, including a rare toad that gives birth to live young instead of laying eggs. And the seventh fact is the extreme rainforest. People living in Liberia, you have to be ready, more especially like these months like August, July. In these times, it's an extreme rainforest. People use their umbrellas, people use their ways, start businesses and other stuff. So if you are going to Liberia in these times, you have to have your umbrella or you have to be ready for extreme rainforest. The eighth fact about the Liberian people is the iron beneath the forest. Beneath Liberia's lush rainforest lie massive iron ore reserves. In the 1960s and the 70s, Liberia was one of the world's top exporters of iron ore. Much of the country's railways and ports were built just to move these resources. And the ninth fact is the Ghost Hotel. What is this about? And here is a hidden landmark. The Deco Hotel was one of the most luxurious hotels in Africa. It now stands abandoned in Monrovia, overlooking the city like a ghost of Liberia's past. Now we come to talk about the people of Liberia. They are so different, just like other countries' people. That is why I tend to explain to you about the country and the people. Here, are you ready for me to explain to you some of the hidden facts about the Liberian people that you don't know? The first one is the naming system. The naming system here, most students are named like the day they are born. Let's say if you are born on Monday, you are named Monday. If you are born on Tuesday, you are named Tuesday. These are some of the things that they are fond of in Liberia. The second fact is secret societies influence culture. Secret societies like the Poro and the Sunday. Poro for men and the Sunday for women. So if you go to Liberia, be ready, be assured to see this kind of societies. It influences cultural ways. Let's say if you are Liberian, most of them join this Poro and this Sunday society to be part of the culture. And the third fact here is about the Americo-Liberian. These Americo-Liberians, the free slaves that were brought from America, they were placed in Liberia. So if you are going to Liberia, be assured of the Liberian culture. And also we talk about the unique English accent. The Liberian accent is so different from other countries like Nigeria, Sierra Leone, and also Gambia, and most of these countries that have pidgin. Pidgin, the way they speak is different. So if you are going to Liberia, yes, be rest assured they can speak English, but you must also be ready for your pidgin. Are you ready to speak pidgin? Go to Liberia. And also the countries where everyone dreams or dance. The country where everyone dance. If you go to Liberia, dance is so much part of their life that it is also something that really influences their society. Dance is deeply tied to Liberian culture, from weddings to political rallies. Dancing is part of public life. Traditional dances like the devil dance of the Dan people are performed with colorful masks that repeat spirit. And also food. In Liberia, food is something really, really special. The food in which food with American touches. Liberian cuisine blends local African dishes with American influences. For example, jollof rice is a staple, but you will also see dishes like the collard greens, the cornbread, and fried plantain that came with the American Liberians. And also about the Liberian people, storytelling is something really crucial. Storytelling really helped to build down their society. Storytelling really, really influenced their society. So if you go to Liberia, be ready of listening to stories. And the eighth part of it is the love for football or soccer. The eighth part of it is the love for football or soccer. In Liberia, football is not just football, or soccer is not just soccer. It is. Liberians are obsessed with football so much that George Weah, a world-famous footballer, was elected president of Liberia. He is still the only professional football player to ever become a head of state. And also the Liberian people. Music is with twist. How it is with twist? Let me explain. Liberia has its own music genre called hip-hop, a mix of hip-hop and Liberian English. It's not just an entertainment, it's often political, with lyrics criticizing corruption, telling the struggles of daily life. And also, the Liberian people, they have lots of ethnic groups. I think 16 or 17. If you go to Liberia, be ready to see lots of ethnic groups, like how Sierra Leone and the Guinea and other countries have lots of ethnic groups. Despite its small size, Liberia has over 16 ethnic groups with distinct traditions, clothing, and dialects. Yet Liberians share a strong national identity, often expressed proudly through the phrase, small country, big heart. Now, are you ready for how they do their politics? Let's go. Let me give you some of the hidden facts that you don't know about how they do their politics. The Liberians. Liberia isn't just Africa's oldest republic, it's also one of the most fascinating when it comes to politics. The way Liberians play politics is full of history, culture, and some hidden twists, probably that you don't know. Today, let's discover the lesser known fact about Liberian politics that will blow your mind. First is the Americo-Liberian political dynasty. Here is something wild. For more than 130 years after independence, Liberia was run by the descendants of freed African Americans. The Americo-Liberians, they controlled the government, the economy, and even social life, creating what was almost a one-class democracy. It wasn't until 1980 that an indigenous Liberian, Samuel Dua, broke that chain in a call. The second is the party that ruled forever. In Liberia, let me tell you if you don't know this, there's a party that ruled for over 130 years. Are you ready? The True Whig Party ruled Liberia for 102 years straight, the longest one-party rule in the history of Africa. Imagine one political party staying in power for over a century. That's how strong the Americo-Liberians were. And the third part is politics with pidgin. Politicians, they do speak English, but when they go to rural areas, they make sure that they use the slangs and the other ways of using pidgins to get more votes from the people. So in Liberia, politics is also with pidgin, because these politicians, they come to purposely to convince the people. So when they want to convince the people properly, they use the pidgin to get more votes. And also the role of secret societies. Secret society is something really important in Liberia's politics. Let me explain more about the secret society. Here is something outsiders rarely know. Secret cultural societies like the Poro and the Sunday influence politics behind the scenes. Politicians often need the blessing of traditional leaders from these societies to win grassroots support. So politics isn't only in parliament, it's in the bush, and also football and politics. Soccer or politics, wherever you are from America or from England, soccer, football. In Liberia, football is something really crucial in their politics. How is it crucial? Are you ready to get this hidden fact? In Liberia, football isn't just a game, it's a politics. George Weah, a global football star, became president largely because football gave him a legendary status among ordinary Liberians. It's one of the few cases in history where a sports icon actually climbed all the way to the presidency. And also in Liberia, politics with promises. I know, if you're an African, you know politics with promises, but in Liberia, it's something really extreme. You see politicians, they come, they promise. Well, let me explain more how they promise. Liberians joke that politicians here is like plenty promises, small actions. Politicians often campaign with huge promises like free education, electricity for all, or paved roads. I wish I can see all of them everywhere. But once they are elected, most of these promises never fully happen. Still, the cycle repeats itself. Every election is just the same. But I'm not here to tell you about that. I'm here also to tell you about the cash for support. What is this cash for support here? Another hidden fact that the role of money in politics. In Liberia, if you want to be a politician, you must be rich, or if you are a politician, especially politics is something really that requires money. If you want to do politics in Liberia, you gotta get money. How? It's common for politicians to hand out rice, t-shirts, or even small amounts of cash during campaigns. For many Liberians, elections are the only time they directly benefit from politicians, so it becomes part of the game. And also politics with music, just like Sierra Leone, they have their dance group, they have other stuff. Also in Liberia, politics with music, it goes everything. You see rallies, other stuff, you see people dancing, enjoying. It goes with music. Music is something really important to the Liberians. Liberian politics also plays out in music, especially the hip-hop. Musicians openly criticize leaders in their songs, and sometimes those songs become campaign anthems. Hip-hop is like the political voice of the state. And also, are you ready? Let me tell you the last fact. I can't tell you the last fact. Wait for the other country, which is Ivory Coast. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like if you are really impressed, or if this explanation which I've given to you really impressed you. Go like, share, and wait also for the next video. Thank you.